Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy. This is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. It is 4:07, almost 4:08. Thank you for being around this hour. We've got 4 full hours of the radio show tonight, and we appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us, whatever time you're able to give us. I thank you for that. 615-737-9986, 615-737-9986. If you'd like to make a comment, you'd like to talk with us, you'd like to get something off your chest, we take all comers. I absolutely love taking telephone calls, talking with you. We're anticipating a conversation with Cam Higbee of the Fearless Debate folks who were in town at Tennessee State University and were not welcomed, sadly. We hope to have that conversation in the next couple of minutes. So we're trying to hook that up. Cam was supposed to call us at about 4:05. He's on the road, so I did not have a backup number for him. So if he doesn't call us, I don't know what to do with it. But we had scheduled this for 4:05 CT Central Time, and I confirmed that with him. So hopefully Cam will give us a call, and we will get hooked up. They were on the campus of Tennessee State yesterday. We became aware of this late in the show, and they were run off campus. And the Tennessee State University statement about this is a lie. I mean, it's a lie. And I don't use that term lightly. What is a lie? Have you ever thought about that? I mean, one can make a mistake and not be lying. If I say that it's current, if I just came in from outside and it was raining and young Jackson and Ken Weaver are here and they say, "Hey Murphy, what's going on?" And I say, "Oh, it's raining outside." And they look out and it has stopped between the time that I came in and the time that they look outside. Have I lied to them about it raining, or was I mistaken? A mistake is not a lie. A lie is saying something that you know not to be true at the time that you say it. That is my definition of a lie. It's very simple. A lie is saying something that you know not to be true at the time that you say it. A lie involves recognition. And I believe the Tennessee State University spokespeople that put out this ridiculous statement yesterday about the activities that went on campus. You can tell us that it's not permissible for people to come on campus without checking in with you. You can talk about demonstrations and protest all you want. That's not what these kids were doing. You can talk about anything and everything that you want regarding campus safety. But don't look at me and lie to me and tell me that the students on campus acted in a respectful manner when we have it on video that they most certainly did not act in a respectful way. Hopefully, and I'm going to put off sharing some of this with you in the hopes that Cam gives us a call. And I'm a little bit dependent on him only because we don't have a backup number for him. So Cam Higbee hopefully will be here. He is with he works for a number of different organizations. This is something that he's doing with a couple of individuals. Let me see. It's called Fearless Debates. Come on. Where are you at? What are you doing there? Oh, there it is. It's called Fearless Debates. And earlier today, Representative Andy Ogles spoke out about it. He got wind of it, hopefully based on our conversation from yesterday, and asks, why is Tennessee State University not condemning the attack against Cam Higbee and the Fearless Debate Group? A rigorous debate can't happen on college campuses. Why are we funding them? Cam had written that TSU students repeatedly stole and destroyed their signs yesterday. They brought screwdrivers as weapons and then blocked them on campus as they were being told to leave by campus security. The individuals blocked them on the campus. We will hopefully have that discussion coming up in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, Lindsay is next. Hello, Lindsay. Glad you called.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Lindsay.
Well, I'm thinking there's the flip side going on from the Democrats that are JFK style, the old style ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that were to protect freedoms and everything.
Hey, Lindsay.
What?
Am I on a speakerphone?
I hope not.
I mean, are you on a speakerphone?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right. I was having trouble hearing you.
Am I echoing because I turned off all the radio?
No, you're not echoing at all. It sounds like, are you in the bathroom right now, Lindsay?
No, sir. I'm on a laptop.
Okay. Oh, you're on a laptop.
The landline, remember, from Pleasant Shade.
Oh, yeah. Lindsay from Pleasant Shade. Okay, I will listen closely as you talk with us. All right, start over. What are you saying?
I know that you're not going to be able to fix this, but I wanted to say that it has affected my life very personally, the racism embedded in our country. It's in some of my grandparents, and I think that there's a flip side in the baby boomers in my parents' generation that almost, they say, embrace everybody. And what I'm seeing today is people on our chat, Travis, people in my family, my brothers, my mom still is the old JFK, thinks she's helping people, doesn't listen to news properly, ill-informed person. And everybody's talking about skin. And like I said, I know you can't fix this, but it's tearing families apart. It's tearing friends apart. And it's sick. And I understand there's ideologies and there's all these other politics and things, but skin color still, I mean, how
well,
old
but now let's stop. Let's stop right there. Let me try to help you with this, Lindsay.
Okay, because it's tearing people up.
Who keeps talking about skin color?
Well, Travis Robertson on the YouTube chat.
I'm not, look, the YouTube chat is the Wild West, right?
Brother,
so now hold on a second. The YouTube chat, just dismiss that out of hand.
Seems like everybody is making a big deal about it. There's white privilege. We're racist. You are the most persecuted man in the world for being a white male. Oh, what do you know?
I would like to live by the creed presented to us years ago by Martin Luther King. That's what I strive toward. I bring up facts when race matters within those facts, embedded within those facts. For example, if you want to get to the bottom of the crime problem in America, you have to identify where the crime problem is. Inherently in that, you will find racial demographics that come up. I don't bring these up out of any sort of desire to bring up the differences between a young black male in America today versus, for example, a white female. But those examples are necessary to illustrate where the crime is, because in order to solve it, in order to get to the bottom of it, we have to know where the crime's happening. And then we can start asking ourselves why the crime is happening. What causal factors might exist as a result of the conditions of the individuals that are committing the crimes, or at least the majority of the crimes in America, and move forward there. So I think there are some places, to answer your question, there are some times and places where it's appropriate to bring up the issue of race. I think the issue of race is brought up more often than not in American political debate today, Lindsay, as a bludgeon. It is designed to prevent me from being able to adequately discuss an issue for fear of being described as a racist. I think most Americans, it has been.
I am pro-ICE, and hey, if the shoe fits.
I will say this.
Profiling people, okay, fine, but dividing people up, it's just. People are killing each other over this, and I can't stand it anymore. I'm sorry.
Lindsay, I understand, and I feel for you. And look, I will tell you this. Do not be disillusioned, and thank you for the call. Do not be disillusioned based on what you hear on mainstream media networks. Do not be disillusioned as to how they attempt to present these types of things. In my experience, the vast majority of my interactions with people on a day-to-day basis are positive interactions. Now, this doesn't sell magazines, as they say. This doesn't, attract listeners to the radio. This doesn't get people liking and subscribing on the intraweb side of things. But I will tell you it is true. My interaction with people on a day-to-day basis, regardless of one's skin tone, are positive. I made a point, I've told this story on air before. I made a point during the summer of 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic. At Cumulus Media, Cumulus was experiencing some of the same economic issues that most of America experienced. And as businesses had to shutter, businesses stopped advertising. And obviously, we pay the bills by advertising, which is why radio is free to you. As a result, advertising revenue dried up, and Cumulus Media, in an attempt to prevent layoffs, forced furloughs. And I think I can talk about this. I haven't asked, but here we are. I'm talking about it. So in an effort to prevent having to lay people off or fire people, they asked of us / demanded of us that we take 3 weeks of furlough time. And you could take it week to week to week. And I was the program director at a Cumulus-based talk radio station in Birmingham, Alabama, Talk 99.5. Did the morning show down there. And I was told that I had to be off one particular week. It was scheduled. I mean, they said what weeks you had to leave and what weeks you had to be off, and it was your week, and when it was your week, you had to be off. Well, this was the week that the George Floyd saga blew up. And I appealed to my bosses that this week was going to be huge in terms of direction of the station, and it might necessitate my still being there. And they said, no, you have to take the week off. I was also writing a column for a publication at the time, online publication at the time, called 1819 News. And recognizing that I could not be on air and recognizing that it was impermissible for me to interact with any people, as I watched on networks like CNN and MSNBC and ABC and CBS and NBC, their suggestion that the world was burning to the ground in a racially charged civil war, which is what the suggestion was that summer, I made the decision that I was going to check out from the news and go talk to real America. And I wrote a column about that. You can still find this column on somewhere. I don't know if it's 1819 News or AL.com. I think it was 1819 News that I was writing for at the time. And if you look it up, you can find it. I packed up my motorcycle and took off on my motorcycle and took a tour of South Alabama, South Georgia. I drove through Alabama into the panhandle of Florida, over into Georgia, and back up through Alabama, and spent a night with my brother and spent a night at a hotel. And I went through rural communities. I did not obviously take, major thoroughfares. I took back roads. I wanted to get into the backwoods. I wanted to talk to folks where they lived, and I wanted to meet people of all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all manner of racial background, and I did. I met people, wonderful, wonderful people in South Alabama and South Georgia and in Central Georgia and in the panhandle of Florida. I met black people and brown people. I met people from, Southeast Asia originally. I met people from all walks of life, all different ethnicities and races and colors and sex, men, women. And none of them were mad at each other. None of them. We weren't mad at each other. And for the vast majority of that trip, I spent time speaking to other people as a human being to another human being. And we were a part of the human race. I feel like we get caught in this trap a lot because it sells newspapers, as they say. And it gets eyeballs on televisions and maybe gets ears to the radio. The vast majority of my interactions are good and positive, and it really doesn't matter what color the people are. And I don't believe that our racial I don't believe that our country has a racial issue outside of those that are attempting to continue some of those racial issues for their own selfish purposes. That is my take. What is yours? 615-737-9986. Luke is riled up at me? Is Luke riled up at me?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a saying.
Oh, he's riled up at someone else?
No, he has a response to a earlier call.
Oh, okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure. I mean, one way or the other. He's
not really riled up at all.
I wish he was. I like riled up people. I get riled up from time to time.
I'm going to get riled up if you don't go to break.
23 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you, Ken Weaver. There's Ken Weaver over in News Closet B. My name is Matt Murphy. They put me in this little studio. It's a nice enough place. Warm, bright lights. Hello. How are you? Jackson, you're kind of in the dark in there. Is that on purpose, by the way? Do you like keeping it a little darker?
So I can't stand... hate.
H-I-T-E. Hate. That's a strong word, Jackson.
What are these lights called? Like the overhead?
These little, there's little can lights. They're little.
No, not the can lights, the other one.
Track lighting, you talking about? Or fluorescence, you're talking about? Fluorescent lighting.
I can't stand it.
Hate.
So I just had the can lighting on, and it's fine.
I like warm lights. I personally replaced, the people don't know this at this radio station, so don't tell them I said this. But I personally replaced a bunch of these bulbs because it was all white. It was bright, and I like the warm, the more yellowy lighting as opposed to the blue lighting. Yeah, the fluorescence I could do without. I'm not that big of a fan, but I like warm lighting. But one way or the other, Ken Weaver, he's in bright lights.
Yeah, but I have no window.
You do not? Well, that's why I call it News Closet B.
Right. I mean, I want to open it and scream at people. But I can't because I don't have a window.
You know, if you had a window, Ken, on these Thursdays and Fridays when we're together, starting at about, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, look out there at the Woo girls.
Yeah.
Woo
with them.
Going by and on their the party tractors and the party buses and the party barges and the party tanks and the party trucks and the party. Have you seen the party hearse?
No.
You've not seen the party hearse?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, yeah, it's out there. Oh, yeah, you can. We're right here on the butt end of Music Row, as I like to say, and they come on by, and Ken Weaver would be yelling out that window, "Woo, girls!" Woo! Love them. Every single one of those bridesmaids, you know what they do? They go into the bars and they think that they deserve a free drink.
Yeah.
The barkeeps don't like them.
And then after a couple of hours, they do things that wind up on other people's cell phones that they don't think is going to get out.
Giddy up.
Mm-hmm. Everything you do is on social media these days.
Yeah. Oh, no question. I would not be in this position of relative power were there social media back in the day. I just don't believe it. I know that I did a couple of things that were there videos of those things that I did that were available.
You'd be under the jail.
I don't know that I would be in jail, but I sure as hell would not be hosting this radio show. I can tell you that. And if y'all want me, see, the great thing is, Ken, people can call me and say, well, what are you talking about, Murphy? And I will tell them.
Right.
And they'll laugh and think that I'm kidding around. But then I can go to my bosses and go, come on, guys, I'm just playing.
What are you talking about, Murphy?
Come on, guys. I'm just playing.
I was just joshing.
Hey, that's just entertainment, folks. We're just entertaining the masses every afternoon, 3 to 7.
Yes,
that's all we're doing. What are you excited? Are you being a woo girl? You being a woo boy in there?
Woo! Let's go to the news.
Hey, it's time for the news on Super Talk 97 W. Woo! Hey, looky there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this story that I just looked up online in just a moment. Don't let me forget to tell you the story about Representative Justin Pearson and the National Guard in Memphis. Okay? Just write that down, would you? Would you write that down?
Noted.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about Grace Point Healthcare. Grace Point Healthcare is your one-stop shop for all things primary care, and I encourage you to get over to Grace Point because they do it the right way. We call it modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. That means that insurance companies don't dictate your level of service. They don't dictate what your doctor does for you at Grace Point. They don't believe in it, right? They wouldn't do it that way. It's affordable, it's convenient, it's comprehensive. You know exactly what you're paying right up front. Grace Point, there's no long wait times in the waiting room. Grace Point is your primary provider treating the entire family from newborns to seniors. And hey, how about this? If you enroll in the Smart Care plan, $69 a month, that's what it costs. It includes free office visits for the entire year and free basic labs and diagnostic testing. How about that? And now, thanks to the big, beautiful bill becoming the big, beautiful law, your health savings account, your HSA, will cover your basic Smart Care plan. That's good news as well. At Grace Point, it's good news that they treat the whole body with a comprehensive medical approach, trying to get to the root of the problem, not just treating the symptoms. Call 599-6868. They're located in the heart of Franklin, but worth the drive anywhere within the sound of my voice. 599-6868. Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello. My name is Matt Murphy. This is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. I am pleased you've decided to join us. I imagine that you're here because Ken Weaver is here, and he's the reason that everybody comes to this radio station to listen to news headlines and his incredible acumen with regard to the happenings of the day. Or maybe it's Jackson Williams with his rapier-like wit.
I think it's you and Brother Jackson.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Ken, the look that I got when I said that Jackson had a rapier-like wit,
Right.
It was pretty obvious that Jackson does not understand. Well, what do you think that means, Jackson?
I don't want to know.
You think I'm accusing you of something, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm not. I'm not, I promise. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, Brother Jackson.
Mm-hmm. By the way, several folks are asking us for an update on the story that we alluded to about the possibility of two lawmakers doing untoward things in their offices in the General Assembly right there in the Cordell Hull building. And I don't have a lot of an update, but I'll just give you a recap and let you know where we are. I will say this. I'm not willing, because the individual that has the intimate knowledge on this is not willing to come forward as of yet. So I'm not willing to move forward with any update on this story, except to say that we contacted both individuals involved in this story yesterday. Did we not, Jackson Williams?
We did, and we heard back.
And we heard back from both of them. And both of them were made aware of the situation. Well, one of them was made directly aware of the situation. You were in the room when I was talking to that person. And that person laughed it off and said that it was a laughable accusation. And I said, is that a denial? And they said, yes. The other person said that these were scurrilous rumors and that they would be addressed Monday, I guess?
Yes.
Monday. So I guess we'll all see on Monday what happens. One of the other stories running around the General Assembly, completely unrelated to this story that I just talked to you about, Representative Todd Warner is holding is going to be a part of a zoning commission meeting in his home district. What county is this? Is this Marshall County? Where apparently he has started on his property what some are calling a quarry, and he claims that it's just a lake. But the people say that he is dynamiting limestone out of the quarry and selling the limestone, and he has not zoned. I'm not making this up. So this is Representative Todd Warner.
Wow.
So he's being accused of like blowing out big old chunks of limestone and having that and selling it. And people are like, you got a quarry, dude. You're not allowed to have a quarry without getting a permit for a quarry. And he's like, oh, it's not a quarry. I'm just building a lake. That's what he said.
Maybe he is.
And maybe he is. But there's apparently
it's his land, right?
It's his property. It's his property. But as folks are saying that it's affecting their property because of the dynamiting.
Oh, yeah.
So he's apparently he has a zoning meeting that's coming up in the next couple of, I guess it's on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So that's Todd Warner. And that's completely unrelated to the other story I was telling you about the two people doing the stuff they ought not to be doing. Why am I getting the look? Why are you giving me the look? Why am I getting the look? I don't deserve the look. Did you look up rapier-like wit yet?
No.
You spell it correctly, buddy. You don't want to spell it incorrectly.
Not on the work computer.
By the way, I have no idea where Cam Higbee is. It was my bad. I took a little bit of a risk. We scheduled last night I got a hold of Cam. I know he's a busy guy. He's with the Fearless Debate people. They went to TSU. They got on campus at TSU. Rabble-rousers busted them out of campus and then tried to block them onto campus. I mean, it was gross what happened at TSU. It was wrong, and it should be condemned roundly and soundly by all involved. Sadly, the TSU campus officials are defending the students on campus, which is ridiculous based on the video that we see plainly in front of us, and I'm going to play you some of that video in a moment. That said, communicated with Cam last night, scheduled it for 4:05 Central Time today. Sadly, we did not hear back, and I took a risk, and I did not get a backup number for him, and we scheduled it on social media platforms. That's on me. That is a failure of this host to get the backup number. So as much as I want to blame Jackson, can't do it. See how fair I am? See how good I am?
I'm going to look up that definition.
You see how I take responsibility when things are in my lap, on my shoulders?
That word?
Rapier. R-A-P-E or R-A-P-I-E-R. Rapier. I think that's right. Rapier-like. Let's see if I remember the phraseology correctly. What does it say?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Sharp, right?
Yeah.
Like razor-like, sword-like?
Yes.
Sharp. Rapier. Like piercing wit. Johnny is next up. Hey, Johnny, what's happening?
Hey, man, how's it going?
I'm great, Johnny. Thank you for asking.
Well, I just moved to Tennessee, so I've been listening to you for the last month, and I really enjoyed the show. Just want to.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Something you said about knowing where the crime is coming from. Real quick, I had a bad divorce, moved out of South Carolina, went down to Florida to build a couple of hospitals. I got me a DUI down there. Did everything I needed to do, paid everything. Paid the extra insurance, took the $100 a week classes, came back to South Carolina, went to my local gun shop who sold me my first gun, and applied for a gun license, or applied for a purchase, which we do through the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, and was denied. Told me to come back in 24 hours, was denied again. And so I obviously had to call the FBI, and they said that during your arrest, the officer made a statement that you might have tried to headbutt him, which was later discounted and later, overturned through witnesses and actually the other officer that was on the scene. And my thing is, and I'm a purist when it comes to the Second Amendment. I really am. But you're telling me that an officer can say that somebody might have tried to headbutt me, and that keeps me from buying a firearm. But someone's on heavy duty mental drugs. There's not a database for that. You can't stop. And I know they run into this HIPAA BS.
Johnny, let me ask you this. So
yeah.
you got a so I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You got a DUI, and you were never charged with assaulting an officer or anything like that?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's just from the sentence.
How is that being flagged on your application?
That's the million dollar question.
Yeah,
So,
I would get an attorney.
again-
I mean, I think you need an attorney.
We took care of it. The other officer stepped up, said it never happened. and
Okay.
we had a couple of. So I'm again having a concealed license and still have my and still have all my firearms. Nothing was taken. But my issue is when someone's being treated for mental illness, you've got a database that can pick up on a sentence that an officer puts in a report. Why can we not, if there's mental illness involved, why can we not flag people? And again, this being a Second Amendment purist talking, why can't we flag that person and say, okay, these people are on mental health drugs. Maybe we need to pay more attention. If you can pick up on one sentence in a report, why in the world can't you pick up on mental illness, which I mean, mostly is where all the trouble's coming from right now. We're finding that all these people have signs or histories of mental illness.
I'm stuck on, and maybe I shouldn't be. I'm stuck on how exactly they flagged you in the process of your application for a firearm. I don't understand how that happened. But that said, I mean, obviously, I mean, there are parameters by which they have to work under, and those have to be official designations of mental health diagnoses before you can prevent someone from purchasing a weapon. So there has to be a demonstration that those individuals are a direct harm to themselves or to other people. I don't believe that it can be necessarily speculation. And that's a part of the system that, some might say that that's a flaw in the system. I would suggest it's just a part of the system because of our belief in our ability to defend ourselves against a tyrannical government first and foremost, and against, others that are trying to do us harm secondarily and whatnot. So, I mean, I think this is the concept that Charlie Kirk, for example, was talking about when he said that in our system and our belief in our ability to change the course of government and to protect ourselves is so strong that we live in a society that you're going to see people kill other people in our society as a result of that. And that isn't a flaw necessarily in the system. It's a part of the system that we hate, that we despise, but that we accept because the alternative is worse.
And you know what? Going through what I went through and with the cost that I incurred, I might feel like, even though I said what I said about being a purist, maybe, the chicken needs to come before the egg on this. And we need to, okay, we've got a flag here. Let's go by and check this guy out. And let's see if he's got firearms. Let's see what he uses them for. I don't want to go there because I have more guns than I can carry around in my truck. But I'm just saying the mental health issue to me is the biggest issue we have against us.
Yes,
right
of course it is. I mean, it is, and it seems to be getting worse. I do not believe that the mental health issue is. I don't. The causal factors of that are far deeper than gun laws, and I think we need to address some of the causal factors. And two, I think we need to ask ourselves if there ought not to be a better way. And Johnny, thank you for the call. There ought not to be a better way to have someone mentally evaluated and, if deemed a danger to themselves or to others, temporarily or even permanently placed in an institution or a facility where they can get the help that they need without being a danger to themselves and certainly without being a danger to other people. We've got a lot of mental illness running around on our streets, folks. A lot of mental illness in basements in their parents' home. I mean, we got a lot of it going around. I don't pretend to have the answer to all of it. I think anyone that does pretend to have the answer to all of this is fooling themselves or lying to you. But what we're doing right now is not working. And I was just asked a question on my text line. Sincere question. They said, Matt, are we winning the human race? I kind of like the phraseology of that question. Are we winning the human race? No. We're losing to the internet right now. We are losing to the internet. We are losing our humanity to the internet right now. It's 54 after the hour on Super Talk.